Hey, what it do, love those? It's your girl Indigo jumping on. Happy Earth Day! It's Eastern. I'm in Eastern Standard Time, and technically, if I was in Cali, I'd have about 3 more hours. I'd be about like it'd be like 9 p.m. I'd be still in good standing and everything like that. Let me go ahead and we previously stated effects no longer available. That's fine. I don't think I had any effects. Okay, 1 second. Going live on the IG as well. Still getting everything all together. As we like to say on Apex Radio Show, every Friday is still the first Friday. Hi, what it do, love doves? Jumping on. Happy Earth Day. Happy Earth Day. This time how many years ago now? 3 years ago. This time 3 years ago, was in the studio and had a I don't know. I think every Earth Day and every Valentine's Day, I don't like to do anything out of obligation, but sense of responsibility to acknowledge principles and things that I stand for and everything. And the glasses will be going on. I got 3 cameras on. I'm so excited. I don't know. Is it camera one, two, three? And everything. But yeah, I'm going to go ahead and do this because I mean it is where I am, it is almost midnight and stuff like that. And I'm not even gonna hold you. I feel like MJ Michael Jordan coming out of retirement, yo, because it's the it's like the bat signal. It's like what's going on here? You know what I'm saying? Like what's really good? What's really good and everything. I don't, I don't know how to use this yet, but apparently I think I'm supposed to turn the camera on and off. Anywho, Anywho, welcome, welcome, and welcome. Welcome if this is your first time. Solidly, hello, how are you? Come in, take a seat, make yourself comfortable. If it's not, welcome back. Must have been some je ne sais quoi that pulled you on back in and everything. The little energy thing. I'm sure I could do it if I actually I actually took anything seriously. Oh, gee. I take a lot seriously, but life is life. We're here and then boop. Back to where we came from and stuff like that. Some of us that's better news than others. I'm like, I'm in a good mood. I'm in a good mood. One, Indy loves holidays. Two, Indy loves Mama Gaia, Mother Earth. Three, Indy loves love. And every day we get to be, intimate with existence and life is a beautiful, 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 wonderful gift and blessing and everything like that. So, three good things. I'm just in a good mood. Two, no, I'm on four, right? Oh God. Let me stop touching the table. Seems I feel like that's gonna I feel like that's gonna I'm gonna have fun editing all of this. Um and I shake the table. So yeah, welcome to Apex Radio Show. My name is, Indigo. My name is Monica. I also go by Indigo. That's fine. Whatever. What's in the name? A rose. I still smell just as sweet and everything. It's all legit. It's all legit. And and that's, like I said, the MJ is a, double entendre and everything like that. My initials MJ. And yeah, it just feels like coming out of retirement, man. Today, quiet as it's kept, was one for the books. I don't know how, I don't know why. There was a definite shift. Um and yeah, I mean, to my understanding, um all of the planets are direct. It's not a full moon, it's not a new moon, it's not even a new moon. um I don't know what it was about today. We had the four, then we had the four, 444. That's my joint. Family, foundation, and finances. There's a lot of good meanings, a lot of good energetic significance behind the number four. But yeah, so we had two fours today, and then we have nine, so that's eight, and then 17. Yeah, so I guess it's an eight, and an eight is for abundance, the loop, the eternal loop, um, and everything. Just, I don't know. Eternity, I do not know karma coming around. I do not know full circle. I know the kids were acting wild like it was a full moon. It read like a full moon. It really did. But other than that, it was really low key, really quiet. There was a quiet shift. There was a quiet shift. So just, I mean, yeah, it was very odd today. I don't know. Someone, if you have whatever platform it is, if you want to comment, if you agree or feel the same way, um, yeah, let me know, because I'd be interested to hear. But from just like the macro and the micro understanding that I have of it, um, a shift occurred. Something pivoted. I mean, eight and four, four and eight. I mean, 4 plus 8 is 12. That's three. So we got the eight, we got the three going on, we got the four. We got a lot going on. We got a lot going on. As far as like today goes, then Earth Day. I didn't really tune in, but I didn't really see too much about it. Guys, if you know anything about me, I like to stall. It's not that I like to stall. It's just kind of like I'm letting it marinate. I'm letting it build up, because I felt the pull. I felt the call. I heard the call. Just felt the, and I don't even know. Golly, it's just so much. It's like, and then, man, and then who can we trust, right? Who can we trust? It's to the point where it's just like, I don't really trust it too. I don't really trust. There's not too many trustworthy platforms out there. Most of them are just, purely entertainment and everything like that. Not too many people really trying to, what I'm saying, stick to the truth and set a standard. Um, so when I come to across like certain information, that intuitively, spiritually, commonsensically, I just know it's going to have like a larger, longer range impact. And it's just no real platforms or forums. I was playing around with this. Let me see. I mean, I kind of like just the fro. That's fine. Um, so I have no other recourse but to come on here and just, spew my nonsense publicly. Just like, I mean, maybe some discourse can be started, maybe a voice can be thrown into the larger conversation. But as far as like cohesion, the internet is not necessarily a place for that. It's really getting divisive. It's been divisive. I don't know if it's too intentional, otherwise, whatever. you know Individuals such as myself, if I'm not playing nice or playing or going with the program, it just stands to reason. It's just kind of like, when you get beat up by the police. Well, you should have breathed in the manner that was appropriate for that situation, and then you wouldn't have gotten your butt kicked. It's just like one of those things. Like, people are wild. And I think that that's just like the general. It's just the general, like, it's just the general sentiment. It's the general consensus. Like the internet should be like the internet should be a like a meeting place, like a joining place, not where we come and just agree, but where we can come and, hey, this is my idea, that's how I'm feeling about stuff. And, hey, how are you feeling, everything like that. But it's actually just like, it's wild. I'm not going to talk about it because here I am using it, right? But just the stuff that you come across, the stuff that comes, like, and I'm wondering how the algorithm actually works, because there's just stuff that comes across my timeline that I have, like, it'll ask me, "Are you interested?" I'm like, "Didn't you ask me this twice before? Are you trying to be funny now?" Like, I've been, like, you monitor everything. Like, AI is pretty much running stuff now. Like, you should have a good read on me. Like, isn't my doppelganger somewhere trying to do me without a soul. You know what I'm saying? Like, like you trying to be like I'm the hee ha ha. Like, no, I don't. No, I don't like it. Don't show it to me no more. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's a little. You know, like it's like you trying to. Are you trying to be funny? You know, is this intentional sentient like behavior, or like what's going on? You know what I'm saying? Like, no, I'm not interested. You know, like you know what you know, like I'm on the spectrum. I'm only doing like one of three things. Like part of my routine is really a rut, you know what I'm saying? Outside of just just doing stuff like this random and everything like that and all that, you know what I'm saying? So ears to hear, eyes to see and everything like that. You know, I typically I go back and I watch the videos after some time has passed. And I'm like, ooh, you know, like it's like I'm a whole different person by then. So it's just kind of like watching it like an actual person, like who did it, like things. I was like, ooh, okay, what, you know, I remember what I was thinking when I said that, but that's interesting how it came out and everything like that. So, I am stalling. I am stalling. It's a meaty one, guys. It's a meaty one. Um, you know, okay. Well, I'm letting the theme marinate. I know that there's some major because like why do I okay, why do I feel like MJ coming out of retirement, right? Why do I feel like MJ coming out of retirement? We're going into this new season, right? I had a baby. It's a boy. You know, he's 2 now. He just turned 2 in March. Mazel tov or whatever it would be appropriate. You know, mazel tov. It's just something I say. I'm not particularly politically correct. Not particularly PC. I love everybody. I love everybody. I I I could get canceled in a heartbeat, but no one can cancel me because they didn't put me on. So so I acknowledge the reality, but do I respect it? Probably not. So, you know, but yeah, I had a baby. It's a boy. He just turned 2 in March. He turned 2 in March. Father was tragically shot and killed. Just going, you know, it's my reality. I mean, hey man, been healing, you know, healing and everything like that from multiple things, you know, multiple spiritual attacks and warfare and all that good stuff. You know, everything. You know, once you know, you read the book, it's fine. Like, you know, it's not for, it's not about me. It's not for me to get into all the stuff that I've been through. It's really just really seeds to feed the world, you know, and everything. As far as I'm concerned, it's not really about me. As a, you know, as a child of God, as a daughter of God, as you know, chosen one and everything like that. If you look into it, if you never heard that information before, you know, just Google it, you know, and everything like that. I'm sure you come up with a lot of stuff. The stuff that you're meant to see will come to you, you know, and everything. Unlike my example that I just had, stuff that I like, but that's the internet playing around. Like that's that's the internet people's like playing around. I don't do none of I don't go out of my way to I don't go out of my way to I mean, when I'm good and goddamn ready, I won't be found. You know, I know how not to be found. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I put on my I put on my Facebook uh I put on my Facebook talking about I don't know who's seen that movie Toys. Like, watch that movie Toys. Yo, there's so much stuff that's like so relevant you can't really find. Like, and if you're like these new kids, you like if they don't put it in your face, you don't know to look for it. If there's not nobody my age, if you don't have a millennial, hey, 1987 baby, that's me. If you don't have a 1987, if you don't have an 80s baby champion in your life, you know, to actually show you where to look for the good stuff, I don't know. It's gonna get lost. History will be lost and it'll be rewritten. Like I guess anybody born after 2000 like really wouldn't know some of the cool stuff I know. But yeah, there's a movie called Toys. And Robin Williams, rest in peace. Y'all don't even like. Oh my God, the kids don't even know how cool Robin Williams is. Like we had a whole generation of Robin Williams, like 2 generations in, and he's just gone. And they must not have wanted the kids to know, you know. But who knows? So who knows? So much loss, so much to gain, you know. But yeah, Robin Williams in the movie. So the movie is called Toys. The movie's called Toys. Robin Williams is one of the main actors. He's been in, he has his what would it be called? Um his body of work. His body of work is so extensive and impressive. It's ridiculous, you know. And so what was I saying? Oh yeah. And for those who don't know, and it's isn't I don't know. It's not necessarily that bad, but you know, yes, you know, do have the ADHD brain, ADD brain, ADHD brain. I don't know when we just I mean ADD was 80 it used to be ADD. Now I very rarely see ADD just by itself. Now I see ADHD just assumed and accepted. You know, I don't know where the levels came from or anything like that. Um, and then now with the hybrid of the late diagnosed women, and then especially women of color, and everything. Men, I guess it's just easy because it's like it was more shown as just like physical whatever. Girls were made to sit down. We weren't allowed to have such liberties with our physical vessels, and everything to just yeah, I can't barely sit. Boys will be boys. I can't expect them to sit for hours and do things that are productive. Boys will be boys, Girls, you sit there and have your tea party, and everything. This society is interesting. But man, so yeah, I go on tangents if this is the first introduction to me, definitely is a part of it. So I just felt like I just had to say that. Like it's like I know I know what I'm saying. I can always like if you stick with me and go around the loop de loops like was it Linus from is it no, Linus is from Peanuts. The kid from that one comic strip. Do people even read comic strips anymore? I used to love comic strips, man. Man, and this is why I need a script. And eventually I am going to, have a script. And everything. So Apex Radio Show, for those that don't know, Apex Radio Show is a black owned, but I don't even know. I hate labels. It's so hard to say goodbye to old labels. But you know better, you try to do better, but I mean the English language stinks, man. It stinks. So woman owned platform, does that matter? A mother raising a nation platform. A mom, I mean, can I self yeah, let me self-identify. So this is a mother raising a nation's own platform. So, and everything. Let's stick with the non-variables. That's not changing no time soon. A mother raising a nation own platform. Independent. That's important as well. That's not going to change. Independent own platform. Um, you know, and it seeks to support one, the truth, two, make it entertaining, like, maybe you can get a few laughs or something like that, enjoyment, joy, and and curiosity and discovery, being curious, like it's okay to ask questions and to search out and discover, the answers, and let them, let's we got these brains. They're not artificial, they're real, to definitely temporally based, definitely finite, these physical brains. And then we have the mind that interacts with the brain, because you could have a brain, you could be brain dead, you know what I'm saying? So the mind is the part that's amazing, that makes us, that's the mind that makes us different from the other sentient beings and everything of this planet, and everything. And then just like then we have the spiritual aspect, which is the part that we have. Like it's crazy. Like it's real. it's real. Like, it's crazy. I've been in places where and don't I did not forget the Toys movie. Oh my god! Guess who's back? I'm like, oh my god, that's okay. When you consume people's stuff, uh, uh, shout out Slim Shady, but yeah, so man, something good is coming down the pike. I can feel it. Can you feel it? It feels yummy. It feels yummy. Mmm. Feels tasty. Oh, it's a good feeling. Interesting. I wonder. Who knows? I mean, if I were to seek and discover, I'm sure I could find what it is. But I like to be pleasantly surprised. It's not too much that surprises me, so I like to let it. If it's to be, let it be, and stuff. Let it be. Let it be. Let it be. Let it be. Whisper words of wisdom, let it be. So apparently that's stimming, from what I understand. And for the large part, socially unacceptable. And civilized groups and matured company and everything. But with life getting shorter by the day, I just, know thyself, you know what I'm saying? So unmasking little by little. I'm gonna feel comfortable, damn it. No, people aren't gonna feel, comfortable at my expense, I I love hosting. I love making people comfortable. I love having the couch where people just like lose 2 days of their lives and everything like that. I love it. Also as that's the ADHD part. As a recluse, autistic, I love when people leave. I love boundaries. Now that I'm able to properly establish them, I love boundaries. I love having my own space, and I love, just being quiet and thinking to myself for hours. I don't know if yeah, I love it. Yeah, yeah, I do. Yeah, daydreaming. Yeah, daydreaming's fun. So, with the movie Toys, right? Robin Williams. So apparently LL Cool J is in it, and a bunch of other white guys I don't know. And that one white lady, she's mad funny, but she's like in old movies. Like you would only know her from older movies. I honestly don't even know if she's still alive. But interesting, because I haven't seen her in years, and honestly I don't know her name. I'm not good with names. My brain doesn't really do that. Um, so yeah, so LL Cool J's character, he's honestly, I feel like he's the only probably African American or person of color in the movie, in the whole entire movie, and he ends up being there's no spoilers. I don't know. You're not gonna hey, not the biggest following at the moment. So I don't think I'm spoiling it for anybody, but apologies to anybody in the future because these things live forever as long as the internet is up and running and everything. But yeah, so Ella Cool J's character is actually the son of Robin Williams' uncle. So he's technically Robin Williams, who's a white guy. He's technically his cousin, like his first cousin or something like that. Um, and the uncle, without getting too much into it, you have to watch it. Just watch it, just cause. If at the point that you come to this information, if this is ever, widely like, consumed or whatever, at the point that you come to this information, and if it's not your first time, I mean, honestly, maybe you have great discernment. You could just have pristine discernment of hearing the truth and knowing who to listen to. Uh-oh, what's going on there? These assholes. I mean, what is the point? It's supposed to be free. We're gonna have to have our own stuff. Um, Voice probably thrown off, audio probably messed up. It's a little irritating. But if you have great discernment and you know the truth when you hear it, you probably don't need to watch more than like this right here to know maybe the girl knows what she's talking about and maybe there's something in that movie for me, right? Um, if you've watched a few videos of me or whatever, consume or whatever the future may hold and everything like that of whatever would make you curious enough to see what I was doing back in 2025, April 2025 at midnight. And then you hear about this movie and you never heard about it before. Like, just go watch it. That's it. Like, I'm not really trying to get into the whole like synopsis of it. I just want to do this one thing, and it's taking me 10 to 15 minutes. And that's just to say what I wrote on my Facebook page. But once I say what I'm going to say, and you still have no frame of reference for it, because I'm going to give a terrible synopsis of what I'm trying to say, and you go watch the movie, I promise it's going to be worth it. Oh my God, give me the tip. I promise it's going to be worth it, okay? I promise. I promise, okay? And I do not promise lately. I promise with the presidential thumb. so so yeah, so LL Cool J, who is black. Okay, I don't know. So LL Cool J, who is black. He's the first cousin of Robin Williams, who is white, you know, and Robin Williams was the son of a toy maker, and his cousin is the son of a military general. I mean, yeah, his cousin LL Cool J. And so LL Cool J was raised, in the life as, as military and stuff like that. And so when he shows up, his dad, yeah, I don't want to get into it. Now, if I get too much more into the movie, I will ruin it for you. So let's just say the Robin Williams character's dad passes, right? And then he asks his brother to take over the company for him, but his brother is from the military. So, so boom bada boom, things happen, and it's a very interesting movie. But so the dad, the military, the uncle, he calls his son LL Cool J character to just kind of like come and, assist him with the business. And it's pure it's cinematic genius the way that they write his character. It's ridiculous. So yeah, so he just, I mean, he's like, he just popped, you gotta watch it. So, anyways, what I said on my Facebook page, I was like, till further notice, I'll be moving like the LL Cool J character on toys with Robin Williams, and that's it. I'm gonna be moving like that. Was it worth it? Did you stick around? Did you leave me? Huh? Like all the others? And everything. So I had to get that. I had to get that out. Here we are, 30 minutes in. So easy to get to 30 minutes just talking. Mm, so easy to get to 30 minutes. So easy to get to an hour. It's crazy. So, and I barely said anything. It took me like 20 minutes to even say what I said on my Facebook, which could have been easier to do. But the white rabbit, you gotta find out the white rabbit and stuff. So, yes. So here we are. I'm about to get started, guys. That was like if you've seen past content, I usually do like a little, little warm up. I'm a slow burn. And everything. Sometimes I can jump right in there, but again, as a hostess, and as a lady and as a gentleman, I I'm not just, I'm gonna oil you up. I'm gonna lube you up. Gonna warm you up a bit. Gonna, relax those muscles a bit, like a gent, like a good gent. Not a brute. I'm not a brute. stuff. Gotta, if you stick around, it's good. It gets real good. So we're both gonna enjoy this. We're all gonna enjoy this and everything. Good. I'm a great time. So warm me up, because it's about to get. Because it's been a lot. So yeah, so it's April. So it's April. So I'm gonna start now. So it's April 22nd. It is Earth Day. It is 2025. I'm gonna go ahead and date this, right? Sunday, we just had Easter Sunday. He is risen. Jesus is my sugar daddy. He don't care. He don't care where I've been. He don't care. He don't care what happened. He gonna make an honorable woman out of me. And for that, it is reasonable service for me to try to look like somebody loves me. And act like it and somebody cares about my ass. You know what I'm saying? Like, click, get up, and don't, do the things that don't feel like doing. Forget the people who don't deserve it. You know what I'm saying? Bite my a bite. Her bite my tongue got so many bites in it, and everything. People just thinking you sweet, thinking it's sweet, thinking it's real sweet, But God is just magnanimous. God is a gangster. God is a gangster. Read that Old Testament and tell me my God is somebody to mess with. You know what I'm saying? Read that Old Testament. I dare you. I dare you. And all it is, like, when you actually find out like how hard God actually goes, like, no filter, no chaser, like how hard he goes off of just like the principle of the matter, and he's in me, and that's, you know what I'm saying, and it just makes so much more sense. I gotta remember about this one too. It just makes so much sense of why I am the way I am, and why the other God's children is where they are and everything like that. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't be trying to go for it. And then Jesus changed it all. So Jesus is like the commentator situation, like, like, no, 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 like, nah, hold your peace. I got him, hold your peace, you know, and everything. But yeah, it was Resurrection Sunday, this past Sunday, and it was a beautiful day. Maybe, I mean, like, that's what I'm saying. There was like a lot of things. Also this past Sunday, Pope Francis apparently passed of pneumonia. Condolences to his family, everybody associated with him. Loss of life is a loss. It doesn't really behoove to be negative about anybody passing on to the great beyond and stuff. Um, and that's pretty big. That's pretty. I'm I'm not sure. I think. Ah, damn. Cause like I think in my lifetime, they've switched two popes, if I'm not mistaken. And each time it's been a pretty big deal for even people who aren't even Catholics and stuff, because the Vatican runs a lot of crap, a lot of stuff around the world. Who run the world? Pope, like Roman Catholic. We talking about Rome, the Rome that fell, and everything fell to where we don't know, but we see some leaning buildings and all that other stuff. I don't think that's wrong, but anyways, I digress so much. So, Pope Francis passed of pneumonia, apparently. I don't think I heard anything about him being sick before now. I feel like it would have came up maybe when the Queen actually died, which was that last year? What in the world? Was last year a presidential year? right? We went through. Oh my gosh, they playing games with us. Oh my god, they playing games. They playing games. Jeez, that feels like forever ago. Did she pass last year, the Queen? That's why that okay. So the Queen of England passed. I'm pretty sure if we were, I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty positive if we were to actually calculate and do some some math, I'm sure some numbers would be numbering, as to like the time between that and the time and the star alignments and I'm positive. Leave that to the people that have the wherewithal. I like I said, I know a lot about a lot, but I don't gotta know. Me personally, way my ego set up, I think God just tells stuff to people who God puts people in charge who don't want power, who don't feel like they're qualified because he fills in the blanks, he makes you the ad lib, you know what I'm saying? And everything is out here ad libbing and winging it, and he make it look awesome. People like shoot, all the glory goes to God. All the glory goes to God. All the increase goes to God. Like it's wild to me. So, like I said, the Holy Spirit is undeniable once you actually let it, like, actually into your life. You honestly don't have to let it, but he's a gentleman too. He's a gentleman. He got manners. He's not forcing himself and everything, which is only right. Only brutes and beasts do that crap and everything. No, he wants to be consensual. He wants it to be intimate. He wants everybody to have a good time. My God wants everybody to have a good time. Um, and in the right way, and to a great abundant degree, honestly, when you do it the right way. So yeah, so I'm not Catholic, and the Catholics, they be Catholicing and stuff. So we'll see. I guess it's all on some time. I'm sure some stuff is happening behind this. I'm sure some stuff is happening behind the scenes. Probably some financial stuff, saying money switching hands, something. Something's happening. Because then I know the next thing is going to be who's going to be the next one. You know what I'm saying? I haven't heard. If he's been sick, I personally haven't heard about who the next one could be or anything like that. Me personally, put it in the comments if you have, because you could just be in a different part of the internet. Because apparently the internet shows you, one, what it wants to show you, and two, only what you've shown that you're interested in. So that's a very small, uh, small net of information that can come to you just organically. It's not even organic no more. So, the internet used to be so fun. It used to be so fun. Like the kids will never know. Kids will never know. Prepackaged little tidbits of stuff. Like, oh my gosh, the internet was so fun. That's not the little tidbits of stuff is today. We just never knew what video was gonna be. Like, man, anyways, so here we are with now it's a whole job that pays people. As soon as something starts paying some substantial bills, all of a sudden it's regulated and monitored and controlled and big brothered and all that good stuff. And yes, I realize it is what it is. Honestly, like without energy source, none of this is even here. So I mean, it's still not kind of real. We make it real because again, we found out a way to pay people's bills with it. so so yeah, I'm not going to do too much with that because I'm not Mr. Bedell, whatever. Like they only, no, I'm not going to even say that. That's fine. Yeah, that's something that's big. That's big. Like I mean, that's this whole weekend we was turning this whole weekend we was turning corners. We was turning corners. Um so the Pope passed and everything. Um I guess Coachella. I don't have anything to really say about Coachella except a bunch of famous people were congregated in one spot, and I'd like to see those numbers on how many children went missing. I don't mean to laugh, but it's just like we're just gonna keep on brushing over things and just keep lottie dottie dottie. We like to party and stuff like that, and let these fucking criminals run around under the guise of entertainment and crap. And I guess I guess what's a thousand more kids? I can't even say one. Like it's crazy, man. Well, I guess protect the kids. I protect the kids. I have protect the kids. Protect the kids. Protect the kids. Protect the children. 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 Because when we protect the children, we protect our future. If you don't care about children, you don't care about your future. You don't care about people. You don't care about human. You don't care about mankind. Period. You're evil. You're evil. You don't have to like a kid. You have to procreate. You don't have to like kids, and you don't have to procreate. But if you don't give a damn about another living being less 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 power as that is less powerful than you and just needs to be supported until it can support itself, I mean, you're evil. Like it really is. That's the definition. So it is, like I mean, 1 plus 1 is 2. Like there's no gray area. Like evil people always trying to find the gray area in something. There is no gray area about protecting our legacies and futures. If you don't have no kid and you think that just means that you don't have to give a damn about the future, you're ideally, if you live long enough, you're gonna get old and nobody's really taught about finances, so we're going to have a lot of dumb ignorant assholes with who's pretty much impoverished. There's only going to be a certain amount of people that's actually doesn't. Middle class is pretty much doesn't exist anymore. Middle class doesn't exist anymore. You're either poor or you're very rich, and then you're wealthy. That's where we're at. That's what we're all just letting happen. You know what I'm saying? Because things like Coachella keep happening, and the Emmys and the Grammys and the this and the that, and who even knows what merit these things even have anymore after a global shutdown? Who even knows? So so I just laugh because it's just like it's already written. Like it's already written. It's just like there's the power of one that can impact a lot, but it's already written. So we just can do what we can do and just acknowledge it. And not everybody's gonna make it. I've been saying this for years. Not everybody's gonna make it, and unfortunately, there's something that I say for myself to continually absorb it and understand it because as an empath, as a person who does care about people, who does give a shit about human life and the quality, not just my own but for others, because if everybody else has a better quality life, I don't have to watch my purse. I don't have to worry about being sexually assaulted. I don't have to worry about my children and where we go. If other people's quality of life was at the standard that they want, there would be less concern for me. So yeah, it's selfish too. It's selfish. That's fine. Like I want other people to be good, so I have less to worry about. You know what I'm saying? Like a hungry man is an angry man. Like I'm not trying to just worry about a crowbar hit me in the back of the head, like as I'm walking to my car at night with groceries and my children because he's hungry and the system refuses to acknowledge that scarcity is a man-made construct. You know what I'm saying? Like there's no I mean, yeah, no, scarcity is a man-made construct. Boot that shit right on out of here. It only benefits a very few, and it causes strife and struggle for a majority, around the world, large amount. And I mean, I can't even. I wanted to say minority just because they trained me to say it, but we're not. I'm not a minority. I'm a majority in the world. The majority of the world is of color. The foundation is of color, is whatever of color, black, brown, whatever, melanated. There we go. How about that? That's always a safe one because that's science. That's science because what you name you control, and I'm not really trying to take on nobody's name for me for real. But I mean, I do have associations and everything like that, so I'm constantly working through that. And this is just something that people should be able to do for themselves. If Kanye, like, then that's what brings me to this. I protect the children. So, what before that, was there anything else? I mean, it's Earth Day, and everything, and we gotta protect her. But I'm gonna wrap up with that. But So I don't know who knows it. I don't know if you've seen it. I'm not sure because we don't have credible platforms, and we don't have platforms that want to actually address real issues like mental health and childhood trauma and sexual abuse. Even this platform right here, play nice and say nice words, and we're only going to pick and choose who we allow to say certain things because of whatever, who even knows and who cares, right? Because I'm a real person, so I'm, to whatever degree that I was, made and manufactured. God is my king. Jesus is Lord for me and my life, and from there I come, and to there I go back, and everything. And I'm just here so I don't get fined. So that's my reality. Whatever you've chosen your reality to be, good good for you. You know what I'm saying? Like we all get to pick, Like we play in a video game, we all get to pick our skins, and everything like that. Pick your truth, pick your reality, and play it to the best of your ability. I don't deign to take anything from anyone, but just don't try to take nothing from me. So, you know, hmm, man. So yeah, because you can tell, right? You can tell. So yeah, because it's tough, man. Because I've been talking about protect the children. I came out as a childhood trauma coach, childhood trauma energy coach, a few years ago, 2, 3 years ago, 3, 4 years ago, and did some good work. Did some good work around that, and again, had a baby. It's a boy. It was like was some drama and all that good stuff around all of that. But life goes on. You give it to God, you move on, and less burden to bear, and all that good stuff. That's all I can say about that without the book being published. So um so okay, for those who don't know and everything, Kanye, Ye made a song called Cousins. And apparently, according to the reports, apparently it's about, his cousin who's locked up, who when they were kids, they had they experienced some childhood trauma. It's childhood trauma, childhood trauma, childhood trauma. We have these words, and we don't necessarily have the wherewithal to put faces to them because it's too real. Once you put a face to something, then it's like, okay, it's something that needs to be dealt with. It's something that needs to be processed. It's something that needs to be done. But as soon as we have a word gun violence isn't human. It's not humanized. You know what I'm saying? Gun violence, I say gun violence, and I've personified the action. I haven't actually personified the victims and the perpetrators, and everything like that. And it's not as straightforward as even that. You know what I'm saying? I would say victims on both sides. I really would. I really would. As a survivor of be affected by gun violence. My children's father was shot and killed, and everything like that. I always say it's victims on both sides because it's a very nuanced issue, and that's it's not. I was already attending community meetings and community meetings and what were they? Not webinars, but uh not webinars, not workshops, but yeah, community meetings and things of that nature, and just to learn more about the topic. This was well before I even met him, and just was just so interested in it. And then I'm also interested in just the recidivism in the prison cycle, because their father was also like in and out of jail, and he spent a good amount of his adolescence into adulthood, and locked up, in jail and everything. And that's a crime against him. In my opinion, he was a prisoner of war. because even the conditions that led up to him being seen as inhuman enough to lock in a cage, um, just to my very fiber and being and soul, just locking up grown men in cages, like, and then it's so easy to make the case, oh, they're criminals. By whose standards? By whose standards? By who has the credibility and the self accountability and the righteousness, to judge? Back in the biblical times, judges were appointed, um like God had a hand in it, and then it's man who decided, oh, what I'm saying, to it's man. We're not even doing it like it's, if anything, being a Christian country, United States being a Christian Judeo, is a Judeo Christian, being a Christian country founded on Christian values, founded on Christian values. uh Really, we should be making sure that the judges are Christians. Like, I mean, it is what it is. Like, I mean, America, yeah, it's a melting pot, sure, sure. But other countries don't play that. Other countries with their, with the religion set and everything like that, they don't play that. It's only America that you can come and just, just do whatever. You know what I'm saying? And it's literally a crime before the Lord, literally a crime before the Lord. Our money says, "In God we trust." So I mean, I didn't do that. I didn't. That's a decision above me. So you could just say I'm just saying whatever, or come in, be combative as people do on the internet, even if they care to even not monitor my stuff and let it actually go somewhere. These people are so wild. So I don't care. Just doing it, just doing this big. Like, it's like, okay, I felt the pull, I heard the call, I'm just answering it. Who's ever on the other end, it's not up to me. It's up to God. So yeah, we should make sure that the highest offices and everything are actually are actually Christian people. I mean, like, but I mean, that will get testy too, because Christians are, oh my gosh. I mean, and as a whole, it just we're just going through what is it called, a revamp, like, just getting on the good foot, which is good, because there was a lot of uh manipulated doctrine and stuff. And look at me, like, everything you're not supposed to talk about at work or anywhere is just like, oh, politics, religion, this and the third. I'm supposed to just be teaching you how to make money and doing this and how to, YouTube and all the safe stuff and everything, and all this stuff. And it's coming, but this is the stuff I want to talk about while no one's paying me. This is what I want to talk about, you know what I'm saying? So and I feel like it's important to have voices that are saying different things. Shout out to Club Shay Shay. OMG, he's doing a great job. He's doing a great job. He is, but we need more. We gotta stop just being, we gotta stop being satisfied with, oh, there's one, like, that was never our narrative. We had hundreds of newspaper publications. We had hundreds of radio stations, black owned, minority owned, we had Wall Street, a black Wall Street. We had an entire independent commerce, you know what I'm saying, and everything like that. And it's possible, but it's so hard to have these conversations on monitored channels, to any type of realistic degree. And then the people that are doing the live events and stuff like that, again, it's only few. It's only, like K Dot said, it's only a few real ones. Not enough. It's not enough. It's not enough. It's not enough. The new wave is coming. That's what's up. That's what's up. Shout out to the Hood Estates. Ooh, what I'm saying, we've been through the fire, and ain't nobody gonna take that away. We're gonna build up from the ashes, and with a smile on our face, because it's like, I could have died many times over. They were going to take me out, they would have taken me out. That's how I know I'm protected, because the attempts have been made and will continue to be made, and not going until I'm ready, baby. You know what I'm saying? The good Lord calls me home. I don't got nothing to do with nobody else between me and my Lord. You could try though, but all is good, footstool. What do you do on the footstool? You step up on it, get higher. Crazy, man. So, so Kanye said that song. So I was talking about the prison industrial system, and the injustice of it to be continued. Right. Got stories. I got stories for days. Got stories for days. First person I visited was my children's first person I ever visited in jail, and I swore, I always swore, even though I empathically cared and truly to my soul care, because I feel like they're all prisoners of war. We really shouldn't allow, since we're not full citizens, since that's always has to be up for debate and stuff like that, right? Since we're three-fourths of a person to this day, right? According to the Constitution or whatever, I don't know, some nonsense. It's nonsense. Um, since we can't have a full piece and parcel and everything like that, I just don't feel comfortable having foreign powers having say over people they don't give a shit about. You know what I'm saying? Like, of course, we're gonna always be criminals. Like, they make money. Like, prison system makes money. You know what I'm saying? Like, they don't treat them with respect. They don't treat them. They don't even maintain their humanity. Like, our system, it's disgusting, and they're allowed to do it because of the color of the skin and the socioeconomic status that the individuals find themselves in, which is contrived and construct. They're prisoners of war, victims on both sides. It is what it is, and yes, yeah, yeah, yeah. Lover was shot and killed. Yes, I was a victim of it, and I can still, still have rationality, and still, what I'm saying, like where did the ability to reason and and independent thinking, where did it go, or did we ever have it? Maybe we never had it. No, we had it. I won't say that. I won't say that. And they literally have to take us out one by one. That was a hit. That was a hit, man. That was a hit, trying to wipe out everybody. Like the bell curve was ridiculous. So yeah, so we're gonna put a pin in that, right? We're gonna put a pin in that. I could speak on that from all, like, I could speak from all different whatever angles on that. Maybe I'll have a panel or something. Won't even have nothing to do with me. But so Kanye said that the song "Cousins" was about his cousin who got locked up after he killed a pregnant lady, and not too long after Kanye told him that they wouldn't be able to watch